Okay, here we go. Good morning. Happy Thursday. And welcome to Make Up with Meesh, the show where you get ready with me before I go into work. Today is another exciting day because I'm going into the office again. So I'm actually going into work. Usually I'm just walking like a couple doors down to my office at home. But offices are reopening. People are starting to filter in. I was in the office yesterday, and it was like so many people than it was before. I had gone in. It was the first time this year that I had gone. I think I might be getting this hit right there. Oh no! It's like yep. I can feel it. Oh man, bummer. People, let me make sure my mic's on. All the mistakes today. I'd gone in before the first of the year in November, December a couple times. And there were a couple people there. You know, like you'd walk through, you'd see like 5 or 6 other people sitting at their desk or something. I mean, it was scarce. But yesterday, like down in the cafeteria, for lunchtime, there were so many people, and it was actually pretty cool just to have, like, see so many see so many people that I, like, haven't seen in 2 years, and just, you know, friends. I moved teams, too, last year. So everybody from my old team, you know, I don't really get to see them on the daily like I used to. So I actually like ran into a couple people, and it was just so nice to see some friends. So I'm going back in today. My goal is going to usually go in on Tuesdays and Thursdays just because that's the right mix for me. You know, fighting traffic, driving in, and all of that, and then, you know, I feel like going into the office is more of, I don't know, I think it's just more of a social hour to some degree. Like, you're not getting a ton of work done usually. I mean, you're getting work done, but the work is done. The work is talking, you know, the work is like in the meetings and all of that, which is most of my day anyway. But if you want to have any time to just like actually get stuff done or breathe in between meetings, working from home is better for me because, I mean, like in the office, especially like the Facebook office that I go to is on, we have 2 offices in Austin. And the one that I go to has like 4 or 5 like core floors where most of our stuff is right now. And, you know, so I'm meeting in different rooms on those floors and racing up and down stairs, and there's different conference rooms, and, you know, you're back to back in meetings, and then you're late to the next one because you're trying to get to the meeting on a different floor, then log in to Zoom and whatever. So, but it's fun. Kind of going back into the office. Like, I got to wear clothes yesterday. I typically wear clothes at home, but they are, it's usually what I slept in. Full transparency. So I get to wear like real clothes. Like I put on an actual outfit today, or yesterday. I'm gonna put on an actual outfit today. But it does drain me to some degree. Like I can't do office every day anymore. Like I don't know how we used to do that. I used to work from home 1 day a week most weeks. That was just kind of the norm. Oh, look at this patchiness. Something's going on with that moisturizer. And the way that this is blending. It's not blending. It's definitely the moisturizer. It's too oily or something. Yeah, I'm going to wipe some of that away. Alright, I'm going to have to go back and fix this. By the way, I'm using Tom Ford foundation, the Traceless Matte Foundation. I'm using it in a darker shade than my actual foundation color, obviously, to sort of contour right here. But I used to go to the office one day a week at my old job. Or I used to work from home one day a week and go to the office the other days. And like even just that much time right now going into the office, like 4 days a week, sounds hard. We've gotten so spoiled by work from home, and I mean, it's exhausting. Like I came home yesterday, and I get energy to some degree from like seeing people and things, but then it exhausts me and I need to like completely decompress and not speak to people. So I'm an ENTJ, which means I'm an extrovert, but if you look at ENTJs, it's like we're extroverts, but like just barely. We're like 52%. And that puts us in the extrovert category. So we're like mostly introverts, but there's like a small portion of us that gets energy from people or being social. That's why I'm like splitting time is, it's ideal. It's the ideal state. All right. I usually don't have to touch up this in this way, but as y'all saw, I just had to wipe this off my face on this side. I think I'm using the, some new morning moisturizer. Oh, that is horrible. I'm just going to take that off. It's not blending at all, man. Oh, okay. Well, I can blend it that way, but man, that sucks. I wanted more of a stronger line over here, but I also don't want it to look like I have dirt smeared on my face. What is going on? This is not good. Like it should look like this. Even that's like not super blended. Alright, so I might not be able to wear that stuff in the morning before yeah, look at that just come off. Yeah. Alright, hold please. We're going to rinse this off and try again. Alright. Okay. That was unfortunate, but mistakes happen. Wait, there are no mistakes. There's happy little accidents. Alright. We're going to try something new here. We are going to take off that and the moisturizer that I just put on. And we are going to add a primer onto our face instead. I'm going to leave that because that seemed to be fine. It was really just like the cheeks. I think I had too much moisturizer on the cheeks. I might just have to turn this into a nighttime only moisturizer, the CeraVe. It's legit though. I've been sharing my like saga with skin lately, and so I've been focusing on skincare a lot, and I had a couple of people tell me I had winter skin. And my skin was just too dry, and there were a couple of other things like I was having some pore issues. I needed to fix those, and also some things with my makeup that like it wasn't laying correctly, and so I wasn't sure if it was like makeup application or if it was whatever, and so I just wanted to like pick up more of a cheap but still like reputable moisturizer. So I got that one. That's like what I hear is the best drugstore one. I feel like it's recommended a lot. Let's see if this blends well, because if so, then it is that moisturizer. But if we're having issues with how this is blending too, that's blending better. Then, okay, it was the moisturizer, guys. I'm not going to be able to use that in the morning right before my makeup. I'm going to have to either put it on much earlier. I mean, there's still some residual, like, it's not blending perfectly, you know? Okay, yeah. Wow. So on the show, Makeup with Meesh, you learn amazing makeup techniques, clearly. Look at me. I'm like rubbing dirt on my face, basically. All right, so that was a moisturizer fail for right before your makeup. That's not gonna mix well. There's gotta be some kind of like oil water situation going on with the Tom Ford foundation and that. That hasn't happened with any of my other moisturizers, so I don't know what is in that one that doesn't mix well with this, but it does. interestingly enough, it wasn't happening to the lighter color. So I wonder if it's something in the darker shade or shades of Tom Ford that I use. So, all right, now I'm going in with the porcelain underneath the eye. We'll blend this in to the contoured area to whiten it. You know, just to make sure like it so it looks gradual, right? And then also under the eye, kind of like a concealer to cover up any of those, just like dark circles, sleepless nights, too much wine, 2 kids, you know, cover up all those things. All right, I love this foundation so much. Every time I put it on, I'm just like, oh, it just melts into your skin. It looks so natural. I say this every day, but I feel like by the time I get done with my foundation, I could honestly just wear my foundation out and people would probably think it was just my natural skin. Like, if you got super up close, you'd be like, oh, she might be wearing like a tinted moisturizer or something. But it's so good. I like a light coverage foundation because I am just investing in my skincare right now. But also, I just don't like that cakey, heavy feeling. In my opinion, more of the heavier moisturizers are things like Estee Lauder Double Wear, Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Finish, more of the lighter foundations. I mean, Tom Ford might be considered medium to light. I don't really know how they classify them, but I consider it more of a light foundation, or you can make it light depending on how much you use. But the new NARS foundation, I'm very into that one. I just got that one a couple days ago. I only have one shade in all over that I've been using. But I've been going back and forth on using these two. All right. I'm going to go ahead and do my brow mascara, my NYX brow mascara, just because it's kind of, you know, tacky and it takes a second to dry. So I like to have it on to dry fully before I fill in my brows all the way. All right, so adding this on to the brows. I'm using the shade Espresso. Once again, I did my brows a couple days ago, but the color doesn't hold for very long. My brows are very light blonde, so they're hard to see. All right, now I'm going to come in under the eye with some Laura Mercier eye brightening powder. The goal here is to effectively use this like translucent powder to kind of set. There we go. All right. Using a very light coat. And then I'm going to move on to my eye primer. All right. I think I'm actually going to try a fun hairstyle today. Drum roll, please. My fun hairstyle is basically part up, part down. But that is fun for me because it's the first time that I'm doing a hairstyle basically at all with this new short hair. I've decided that I've got to like embrace the hair. I don't love the short hair. We know this. However, you know, it's only getting longer, so I only have to embrace it for like a couple of weeks at a time before, you know, it gets another inch or so, and then like, you know, whatever. But I've got to figure out something I can do on the days that it's needs to be washed, but I don't want to wash it, and I probably shouldn't wear it down anymore, you know, and that's where I'm at. That day is today. All right, so I put on my eye primer, and now we're going to go in with Big Primpin'. It's one of the newer palettes from Morphe. Here we go. And let's see, I'm going to go in with my all over brush right here, and I'm going to use just like a very nude skin tone color shade to cover the entire eyelid. This is so that tackiness from the Fenty Beauty eye primer doesn't stick to the rest of my shades I'm going to put on here, so that it blends. Otherwise it sticks like glue, you know. Alright, so now I'm going back with more of a slightly darker shade, like barely even noticeably darker. And I'm kind of putting that in as more of a transition shade. Once again, just like a little bit of extra pigment laying down to really help blend if needed later. Lovely. All right, now I'll come in with the big guns. I'm gonna come in with this guy, a larger angled brush. So I basically use 2 or 3 of these depending on what I'm doing, but I use these 2 the most. You can tell they're all slightly different in size. This guy's the biggest, middle, smallest. They all have this like tapered, they fan out kind of, but they're still like bushy. I use the largest one to kind of build that natural crease with a more of a transitions shade, like so. And that's because this is more of my lighter shade that I blend everything on into. And so if it's a little bit bigger on the eye, that's fine, because that just helps with that like gradual fade out, you know? Like if I start to make this part darker, then this is going to look like it was a similar color that gradually faded out, and that's what we want. So, I was trying to think of like life updates of things that have happened recently, but we have like legit been in our house for almost 6 weeks. Like I feel like this is the start of the new year still, and we're already like halfway through February basically. We have, those of you who don't know, my husband and I have 2 kids, and they are ages 4 and just turned 2, like literally days ago. We just had her birthday party this weekend. And so they are in like a little Montessori school, which means that anytime a kid in the classroom tests positive for COVID, they have to close the school, which we agree with, we support, whatever. But that also means that we then have to work from home with 2 kids, which is freaking impossible. So we've been doing that life for basically the entire month of January. We had 3 school closures, and it's like, 5 days each. So that means for like 15 of the, well, actually there was 2 more for a snow day too. Snow day in Austin. Yeah, so for 15 of the 16, wait, I did math the other day and it was 19. So for like 19 of the 30-something days, we were at home with our kids. Which is just like, it's nearly impossible to get anything done with your children home. So it's been an exhausting start to 2022. We're finally coming out the other side. Looking forward to bigger and brighter in the rest of 2022. All right, man, it's getting hot in here. Just gonna take it off, guys, on camera. All right. I've got my light set up and I'm like, oh. Okay, there we go. All right, this is not that kind of show, or is it? Stick around. Okay, so now that I've done like the base for that, I'm gonna go in and fill in with some color on the overarching lid. I'm gonna do like this like mix of pinks, I think. right here, yeah. That is a very white pink. I thought it was going to be a little bit more pink. I'm going to add some more in there. There we go. Kind of mix all these various shades of pink together. And cover the lid. So I'm pretty sure I'm wearing full pink rhinestone boots into office today. You know, casual. I just feel like now is the time to, show off the style, right? Take advantage of actually being in the office. Like 2 years ago, we didn't know it was gonna be our last day in the office. So when given the opportunity to wear fully rhinestone pink boots, do you not take it? I say take it. So I think I'm gonna do that today. I'll post a full outfit pic when I decide. All right, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of under eye color to just kind of like smudge that out, make that feel a little bit more connected. There we go. I'm gonna take my fan brush too and just wipe away anything that might have fallen. So I've learned like a lot over the past just like 2 weeks, honestly, with regard to makeup. I was like, if you go watch any of my videos from Twitch, I was packing on a bunch of powder underneath my under eye for fallout, which in my defense, like through my pageant days, that's kind of what I needed to do because I was doing such dark makeup, or do your eyes first, you know. But I've still been doing it, and I watched a bunch of makeup tutorials, and they were like, they basically were like, you're too old to do that, so it's just gonna like settle in all your lines, and you don't need to bake that much. And I wasn't even doing it for the intention of baking. I was doing it solely for the intention of like fallout, to prevent that. And they were like, well, if you would just get better at your makeup, then you wouldn't have so much fallout. So that's what I'm attempting to do. Get better at my makeup and not have so much fallout. Alright, so I'm cleaning up underneath that eye a little bit because it was starting to get a little messy. There we go. And then I'm going to go back in and add in some, let's do this blue eyeliner, why not? I'm going to add in some blue eyeliner. That's fun. I'm going to cover this anyway. I'm really just using this as like a base eyeliner, so it doesn't really matter what color it is, but it's fun. All right, so I'm going to go back in with kind of a dark brown on my angle brush here and stick that to the pigment. It shows through a little bit, so it is still fun. And basically that just kind of helps make the outside corner look a little bit darker and also hold onto that color a little more. Make it stand out too. All right, there we go. Wipe away that excess. All right, so just like a really, really faint wing. I think a coffee delivery is coming for me. Yay, coffee delivery, thank you. All right, so that was a little uncontrolled, and that's why they were like, if you'll just get better at your makeup, you won't have to use all that fallout powder. That's what they're talking about. You can't just fling it on. All right. There we go. All right, and we're gonna do one more time underneath to clean up those edges. I'm using the Kat Von D contour kit. I like her lighter shades, the highlight shades right here, to clean up that. All right, next up, Okay. Once again, sticking with my Kat Von D palette. I'm basically going everywhere where I put that Tom Ford foundation just to kind of make it a little bit darker and blend more. I don't think I even got to Tom Ford really underneath my chin to blend down like I usually do because I was so distracted by the melting of my makeup on my face on camera. But, all right. Okay, and then I'm going to use that, I usually use that same brush actually, and I take the lighter shades and highlight right under where I drew those contour lines. And I'll go back and blend this so it looks unblended and a little dramatic now, but this is so that I can see where I'm putting it. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the nose. Yeah. Lighter shades right here. I don't really have to go under the eye anymore because I already did that with my angle brush when I was cleaning it up. All right, now I think it's time to go back in. Well, I can buff this out real quick so I don't look like a crazy person. I'm gonna do that after I bronze my neck and blend it in. It's time for the spray tan to come off. It's a little patchy. Blend that down so I look like I'm all the same color. Oh, right through there. All right, just basic dry brush here. I'm actually using the wrong one. I like this one better. Dry brush here. I didn't put any color or thing on this. And I'm simply blending in all of that contour. This contour palette blends really easy because it's like a clay or like, I don't know, it's like a soft powder. I don't know. Just blends really easy. Okay. And then I'll go back with my Laura Mercier setting powder, and I'm barely putting any of this on. First of all, it's translucent setting powder, so there's no color add here. It's really just to like kind of seal in the makeup, help absorb some of the oil that'll come through later, all of that. I'm not trying to add on too much and make it thick and heavy and gross. It's not the vibe that I want. All right, I have been a big fan of this Makeup Mel cheek kit. So blush, I like to mix the two shades. One's slightly darker. I don't actually have the colors on this. I need to ask her what they are. But this has been like my go-to. The pigment is just really nice, and the color is like perfect for me. And so I have the NARS in Orgasm that everybody loves. I've got the powder and the liquid, which I do love the liquid. But I keep going back to this one. It's got a highlight kit in it too, and I always use her highlight on the areas that I like for a little bit of highlight pop. And then I use this darker highlight to just like slightly graze over my contoured area. One more time. Just, you know, add a cute little bench for the cheekbones. All right. Done, 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 done. Now it is time to fill in these brows. And then we're just looking at lips and hair. All right, so filling in these brows. I like to start with the edge point. Bring it down so they look like more natural hairs coming up. And draw those up. Like so. Just so that it like fills in like more natural hair, you know? And then I just kind of touch the high points that have like really big gaps. Up here, and then build in that tail so it's a little bit more of a dramatic full eyebrow. All right, you can see the difference. Same thing on this side. I'm gonna draw those in like little strokes so they look a little bit more natural. And then follow along the top line, slowly filling in the edges. The contacts are freaking out. All right, I have less of a tail on this side. Kind of gotta build a brow over here a little bit more. All right, and then when I brush them out with my spoolie on this end, you'll see like, oh, that's a huge patch where it clearly looks like I just drew a straight line. Like, need to fix that. All right, so I'll brush these out, get them in the direction that I want, and then I'll go in and touch up any major gaps that I see. Push those up and out. All right, and so I'm not loving, like that looks a little sparse right there. Let's fill that in. A little bit more right here. Okay. Pretty happy with that. More. And then I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow like setting gel. It's like clear mascara. And go over it. I used to think this stuff was so dumb. But now I'm obsessed with it. I don't know, it just really like helps define your brows. I have to clean it up because it sometimes pulls my color up a little bit. I'm sure there's like a technique or hack to that I need to learn, but I just feel like it really like defines it. This brow is a good brow. This brow is a bad brow. Yeah, I gotta feel, I don't know why this one hates me, but it's just not good. Okay. What do we do now? Now we drink some water. Now let's fix the hair and then we'll finish off this look with a fun lip. Fun lip being a neutral because I'm wearing fully pink rhinestone shoes to work today, so I don't know how much more color I can take on, you know what I'm saying? All right, so I've decided that I'm gonna try like a little half up, oh God, half up, half down do, where I'll curl the bottom half. Ow. Oh my God, I think I just ripped out half my hair from my tees yesterday that I did not brush out. Okay. All right. Oof. So I'm thinking I want to do like super, super high pony right here. Like, you know, that. Like almost cheerleadery. I'm just wondering, do I start like here and do it and have all of this be curled? Or do I do it like this? I'm kind of thinking this. Should I just go for it? Let's see. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. And then I'll tease up the rest of this and make this pretty big and like curl it. That'll be fun, right? Let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so actually this section that I just took is probably like a good starter section. I'm gonna keep all this. All right, let's brush this through and get a good pony going right here. Yeah, this will work. Actually, I can probably use my kid's ponytail holder right here for just this little amount of hair. This is like how much hair she has total. All right, why have I not been using these things? These are so much easier to work with than my huge ponytail holders because my hair is very thick, but it's very short. So those, oh my, these are the ones that are painful. We have those little things to cut them to take them out because they hurt so bad, you know? That's what I want. I mean, I'm gonna wrap this, of course, but then like imagine all of this teased up. Okay, I like this. I like this vibe. I need to use some Powder Play from Big Sexy. This stuff is like miracle stuff. You just like sprinkle it in. It kind of operates like dry shampoo comboed with like texture. you know? All right. With like a texturizer, I mean. All right, so I'm gonna take this top section, we'll start here and tease this up. Now this section is where we want the big tease, because this is what we're gonna basically comb over and rely on for a lot of that height. See? Needs to get a little closer to the scalp. Let's make this not so messy. All right, there we go. Now on this side, much closer to the scalp. There we go. And do this over here to give us a little bit of side volume. That's intense. Okay. We're gonna brush this down, okay? Don't worry. Although we are in Texas, we love our big hair out here. Okay. I know that feels intense, but we're gonna fix this. All right, so got my cute little like Shih Tzu pony going. And then we'll wrap. Oh man, that hurts. Okay. We'll wrap this around to cover up that. Well, that's not really working. Maybe a smaller piece of hair. There we go. All right, we're gonna wrap this around. Like so. I don't love that. Looks a little weird. Kind of wonder if I should just leave it open. I don't know. I think I needed more hair. I think I made a critical error. But I don't have time to fix it, so we're gonna tease this up and go with it. Ooh, okay. I look like a dog. I look like a Shih Tzu dog, which I kind of love. Okay. I need to clean this up though, right here. This is so messy. It's a nightmare. Oh man, I just don't know if there's a way to do that. Like, you know what? Like, I'm not a model. I'm not a superstar. Nobody cares. It's okay if it's a little messy, right? Everybody at home is like, no, fix it. Okay. All right, and then we curl. If this looks like crap, I promise I will take it down before I go to work. I'm learning to style this short hair, okay? I don't love it, but it's what I have. All right, pull this out. Here we go. All right, and then I'm just gonna like add in some fun curls here, all throughout the hair. Okay. Oh, it's stuck. I mean, people in the office are going to be like, who is this girl? And what is her problem? We need to get her some help. Okay. Alright. So I'm just kind of like adding curls in. There's no like super clear rhyme or reason as to why I'm doing it. I just want to make sure that like when you look at the front, well, I mean, you know, the back too. The back matters. But like when you glance at me, that there's no like obviously uncurled area. Like I don't want it to be like ringlet curls, but I just want it to look a little bit more fuller, right? Like if you look at this side, clearly untouched in comparison, so that's like what I'm trying to avoid. But I'm not trying to get like every hair into a perfect curl. It can all be a little different. Some wavy, you know, just a bag of curls, if you will. Okay. Oh no, oh no, oh no. All right, almost there, almost there. Light at the end of the tunnel. Couple more pieces. Okay. All right, this is it. That's all I'm doing. Can't really see underneath and nah. Okay. So, this feels very like high school cheerleader, right? Is that what the vibe y'all are getting from this? I just don't know that that this is a good idea. It's a good idea in my head. To see it on my head, literally though, like instead of in it, I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of cute, kind of fun, kind of different, right? This part is what's really bothering me. I think if that was tighter, it would already look so much cleaner. Let me see if I can just, oh, I know what I can do. I've got this little tool to pop this baby out. I don't want to cut my hair though, okay. All right, so I just took that piece out. I'm gonna smooth it out. There's another one hiding in there, there you are. I'm just gonna smooth out this top layer and put it right back up. Because I think that that will really help. That right there, that was the problem. I mean, there were a lot of other problems too, but you know, that was the main problem. All right, there we go. Already looking cleaner and better, don't we think? Don't we think? There we go. And then if I like smooth all that down, let's see. I need like one of those small brushes that the hairstylists use to like smooth things down. I just don't do this stuff to my hair, so. How do they do it, man? They're just better because they're hairstylists. All right. And I'm thinking if I tease this part up a little more. Okay. All right. Spray it underneath. I'm gonna brush this out. All right, I'm dying, honestly, to see what my husband's gonna say when he sees me, which is probably not like a good response. Okay. All right, I don't hate it. I think it's kind of fun. You know, it's like fun, half up, half down. I'm getting very like high school cheerleader vibes, very, I mean, I really want this to be like slick, tight, but it's just, somehow it's not in the cards for me today. I think I could try harder and make it happen. I know I could make it happen. However, I have a day job, you know what I mean? Like, so this is what we're gonna do. Okay, now let's touch this whole look up with a lip and then I'm off to the office. So if you want to see what the full look is going to look like, you can head on over to my Instagram and follow me there. It's at Meesh America. So I'm using the Iconic Nude by Charlotte Tilbury, keeping it pretty neutral because my hair looks like a Shih Tzu dog today, and also because I'm wearing pink rhinestone boots to work. So, you know, it's like all about balance in life, you know what I mean? Okay. All right, got a lined lip. Cute. And then you guessed it, we are using the, actually we're not using that because I took that to work. We're gonna use Frisky by Melt Cosmetics. It's kind of a, more of a like caramelly nude I'm getting. I like that color though. It's good. It's a little darker. Because it is a little darker than I intended, I'm going to use this nude stick. It's the shade Bohemian. You can use it all over your face. But I just really like it as a lipstick. Particularly one to like blend with other colors. I like that too because it like lightened that up a little bit. Added a little bit of a pink tone in it. Fun. I also just looked at myself and realized I don't even have mascara on. What am I doing? All right, let's add like literally the most important part of the eye. Or that's brows, unless you consider brows part of your face, which they frame your face. So let's do the brows for the face. Brows, mascara, and a gloss, like could be a full face, you know? Full face of makeup, so we'll say that's alright. Let's get these tips a little flared out. Maybe it's like 60s vibe too. Is this giving off a little bit of a 60s vibe? Or is it just high school cheerleader? It's both. It's a modern high school cheerleader. I feel like mascara takes so long to put on, and I'm telling you, behind camera, whew, I mean, hours have gone by in my head right now. Alright. Yeah, that just, I mean, you gotta have your mascara, it finishes the look, yo. Alright. Almost done. Because I gotta get in the car. Oh, I didn't say, this mascara is the last year's viral TikTok one. It's the Maybelline Sky High mascara. I keep going back to it as my favorite, despite having tried multiple other viral and cult classic mascaras. I feel like I've tried them all. But the price point on this one's like $8 and it really, really, really works. So it's just like insane to me to waste money on another one that doesn't work as well. Particularly like the designer ones, they're like $30. This one just works better, man. So Really like that one, but it's almost out, so I'm going to be trying some of the other mascaras that I have. Okay, officially last thing of the day. We spray so that it can stay all day, right? Right? Whew. So that was the Morph continuous setting spray. I like it because it's continuous, and it does its job, but mostly I like it because it's continuous. But, all right. That is it for today. I'm going to go get dressed off camera, and I'll take a pic, put it on Instagram so you can follow along to see how I finish styling the look if you would like to. My Instagram is @MeeshAmerica. And if you liked the show today and want to come back for more makeup and personality, then join me tomorrow or every single day of the week at 8 a.m. Central Standard. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell so that you get notified of when I go live. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.